Every day for the past 8 years, I've made the same drive down my road onto 6A to go to school. And at this point, I know the route like the back of my hand, or at least this general area. However, there are some things that I didn't really know the full scale of. For example, 594 6A.
With a $1 million view of Scorns Creek, there's a lot more to this house than meets the eye. After being accepted to college, it came to my attention that things are a little bit expensive. So I was lucky enough to find out that there was a scholarship that's based on making a film about a property in Sandwich. Film not only being a topic I'm interested in and enjoy doing, but also what I'll be pursuing in college. After taking a look at the list of properties, one stuck out to me in particular, 594 Route 6A. It sounded very familiar, but I couldn't put a house to the name. It's a house that I've seen many times before. But the reason I was interested in it mainly was because, to me, Route 6A is quintessential Cape Cod. All of the local events and pretty much everything that Cape Cod has to offer is off of 6A. You could spend weeks seeing all of the beautiful houses and also taking a look at all of the little mom and pop shops along the way. Upon seeing the picture on the website, I looked up the house on Google Maps and it came up, and I was pleasantly surprised to see the house that I always thought of as the Christmas store. Nestled between the Spring Garden Motel on one side and Nona Elena on the other side, this property has seen a lot of change around it, but it stayed pretty consistent until just recently, roughly a year or so ago, where now it's become a residence. The most interesting fact about the building itself that I found after some research was that it was built in 1959. I couldn't really gauge what year it was built because of its traditional style, but that means it's been around for quite some time. One thing I didn't need to look at any books to know was the property itself is very, very nice. It overlooks a beautiful vista, and the new homeowner has done a good job of clearing out any unnecessary brush to get the best unobstructed view. So naturally, wanted to do the property justice, I put my drone up in the air to take some videos. This is where disaster struck. Generally, I'm pretty good at flying the drone, but I put it up in some pretty hazardous conditions. Not the weather itself though, as it was a beautiful day. That's why I wanted to put the drone up in the first place, to get a video of the sunset. However, the winds got pretty bad, almost 60 miles an hour at their peak. I think it was half operator and half mechanical error, but either way, it did end up blowing away, and I tried following it in my car for some time, but I just thought it was a goner. Luckily, I was able to recover the footage, but I had no idea where the drone landed, and I just needed something, a piece of debris or anything, just so the company could help me out. So I called all the surrounding neighborhood associations all the way down to Sandy Neck Beach, and just told anyone to look out for a drone caught up in a tree or something. I drove around after school, but I found nothing, so things started to look really bad. To my surprise, the drone wasn't miles away or anything like that. It was actually 2 houses adjacent to 594 Route 6A. It had landed in a woman's driveway, and she was thoughtful enough to bring it to the police station, who called me as I contacted them. There wasn't a scratch on it, and I was able to recover everything. I got very lucky, and I was really thankful to the people of Sandwich who reached out to help me in my time of need. Now you may be wondering, what does the drone have to do with this video other than I lost it while I was filming it? And the answer to that would be the connections that it made me. Once I got my drone back, I started flying it on the beach again, and through that I met a woman from a couple neighborhoods over who knew all about the Christmas shop after I told her that's how I lost it. She had a touching story about her and her mother-in-law going to the shop back in the year 1975 and picking up a cool little handmade fisherman trinket. Unfortunately, her mother-in-law passed away, but she still has the trinket to this day, so it has a lot of significance for her. I found that simple story very impactful, and it really cemented for me the importance of this little shop to all the people who lived around it.
In the process of making this scholarship, the biggest thing I learned was that sometimes the stuff that'll surprise you the most is the stuff that's right at home. Or in this case, right down the street. Thanks for watching.